Welcome to Stoopid Movies, where we watch them so you don't have to.
I'm excited this week, and here we are back with another Halloween-themed part of our block, because it's nearing the end of September, and today we did WNUF Halloween Special.
It's August. 2013, not rated, 83 minutes long. Show it again, because I love that cover art.
Yes.
Look at that fucking box. It is, don't you just want to lick it?
WNUF Halloween Special.
Oh.
So, all right.
It was directed by Chris
LaMartina.
Oh, I thought
And
that
more.
said La Mancha.
La Mancha.
God, your handwriting
I
is...
know. We were driving.
Not when you wrote that part.
And stars Paul Ferenckoff.
Farnkopf?
I don't know how to say it. Yeah, Paul.
We're sorry, we don't know how to pronounce your name. We're stupid. If you've watched any of our episodes, you know we're stupid.
So we turned on the news. We went back to 1987 when we flipped on the TV and we wanted to watch a broadcast of this live broadcast at the Weber house where some murders took place. Anyway, we went back to 1987 and watched this. What happened when we turned the tube on Halloween 1987?
WNUF Halloween Special is it is technically a found footage movie.
Yes, it is.
First and foremost, because the whole thing is about a news broadcast that's happening that someone recorded as it's going on. Commercials and everything, because there are commercials in this movie that feel like 1987. It's a news broadcast, normal evening news in 1987, and the first 25 minutes or so are, what's going on in the community and talking about Halloween and shit like this. And then the rest of it is a live broadcast from the Weber house where a kid went crazy and killed his parents because of a Ouija board, maybe. And they have basically the Warrens. Baxter's?
Burgers.
Yep. They're stand-ins for Ed and Elizabeth Warren. And they are there to investigate, any psychic phenomena. And their cat. Their cat was very important. Shadow. Very, very important character. And it's just this broadcast happening from inside this haunted house. I mean, it's a pretty simple premise, but it's very effective because it really, really feels like... Well, let's
hop in.
We opened the doors on the haunted house, and there was a really smoking hot naked ghost who came up to us and said, "Here are the things you like."
I love the concept.
Oh, yes.
Just okay.
I hate found footage.
Me too. I do not like it more times than not. But man, the way they do this. It's a unique take on it, and it feels authentic, man. It feels like I'm sitting in 1987 watching this broadcast because they incorporate the commercials and the ads and what's going on in the community and everything. Great execution.
They have the technical difficulties screen. They have, all that shit that we remember from the 80s, and it was.
The tracking, like on VHS tapes, and it's the quality.
It looks like a VHS.
Yeah, tape. It's bad, but it's great.
Yeah. If you threw this on a VHS tape, I would believe it was real. It was that good.
They had a ball thrown at him, and they hit it.
Yeah,
they knocked it out of the park.
I really, really like how much this movie felt like it was 1987.
Oh, the 80s throwback retro, right. Man.
And it wasn't the Hollywood in the 80s, the neon and all of that shit. Right. It was like grungy,
shot on
real life. This is the 80s. And it's what I remember the 80s looking like. Right. That was great to me. It was like, it takes me back.
They inserted a needle into my heart,
your
chest.
boob?
Yes, and injected me with nostalgia.
Oh, I like Frank.
He is just a highly entertaining.
He was brilliant. I want to see him in more stuff, but he was great. He was so much fun.
His interactions with the crowd and the two paranormal people and the priest. It just feels real. The story is pretty interesting. Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward. It's fairly simple. Yeah, how many kind of movie? Yeah.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
There are other movies that do something similar to this. Not similar to this, but they have the same idea of what the bad guy is.
Right.
I'll give it that.
So I will say, and speaking of that, I like kind of the outcome.
Yeah,
it's like you're thinking it's one thing. ends up being something else, and they don't really hint at it except for a smidge. I love the atmosphere of it.
Oh, yes.
It's just the setting in the house, even outside the house. The two in the
anchors.
Is that what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like them. The Halloween vibe is great.
Oh,
I mean, the
it felt like Ween. The cop doing the safety rules.
Yep.
Like, I remember those segments. I like the commercials. They were very successful in that the first time I watched this, and I knew going in what it was. I knew it wasn't real. I knew the commercials were all built for it and everything. But the first time I watched this, I had to force myself to pay attention during the commercials because they were so well done. They felt like low quality, network TV commercials that broadcasted during the evening news. And when you would normally zone out, or when you would get up and go to the bathroom or get your snack food or whatever, like, I had to force myself to watch it and be like, someone made these specifically for this movie. You need to watch this.
It's as if you're in the eyes of somebody watching the broadcast.
Yep.
There's even times where they repeat a commercial,
yeah,
and they fast forward it. It's great.
Yep.
You start watching, it's like, man, this almost feels real.
It felt very, very real.
And I love that. So if you've seen it, and show it to somebody that has no clue.
Don't tell them.
Don't tell them. Play along.
If you don't know that it's a movie, you can lose yourself in it
very
easily.
It's very convincing.
The payoff at the end, I like it. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. It's a slow burn, obviously. It's like you're watching a broadcast. Yep. But, man, you stick through it. It's just kind of a neat payoff the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so we went in the house.
And there was a naked dude ghost who came up to us and he flapped his wiener in our face and he was like, "This is what you don't like. What didn't we like about this movie?"
And I said, And I said, "You're a ghost. I can't see your wiener. Thank goodness."
Oh.
But still, I didn't like it.
Just know, every time you yawn, Casper could slide his dick in your
Ah,
mouth.
damn it. Okay, so I'll be honest, there's not a whole lot that I dislike. It's mostly nitpick.
Right.
My biggest thing is there's a lot of commercials. And when you think about watching TV and broadcast, commercials get old and tiresome.
Yeah.
And they get a bit redundant. And they do that here, which I know goes for the realism and the authenticity, which is great. But I feel like they could have evened it up a little bit more, have more of the actual story of the broadcast a little bit, and cut down on the commercials just a little bit. Because it does it's only, 83 minutes long. So I'd say about an hour in, you're kind of like...
Okay, I get that this is realistic and this is how it really is, but the tracking really fucking drove me nuts. Being able to see that bit at the bottom, just so you know, that's the audio. And they didn't have the tracking right. And I get that was intentional and that's how it's supposed to be, but God, as someone who used to deal with this stuff, like, in the 80s and 90s, we had VCRs, we recorded shit off of TV, we went back and rewatched it, and fix your fucking tracking. I know you did it on purpose, but God, it drove me nuts.
Yeah, really, that's all that I had because...
Yeah, it was a little slow at a couple points, but it worked for this movie. The things that we didn't like about this movie make it work.
So, okay, you know what? I'm just going to come out of the gate and say WNUF Halloween Special is awesome.
Yes.
I freaking love this movie. I've seen it 3 or 4 times now. It's my pick. I'm like, we have to do this damn thing. Yeah. It's fun. It's different. It's unique. The take on found footage is awesome. Typically, I hate it, but man, they execute this great. The authentic nostalgia is awesome. It's just great Halloween movie, man. It hits the vibe without really being in your face because it's not really in your face. You don't see a lot of Halloween stuff except for in some of the commercials and the news anchors. But man, it's just fun. So if you have not seen it, why? And I hear they're thinking about doing a sequel, which I'm all for.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. So WNUF Halloween Special, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 8 because I love this damn thing. So check it out. Adam!
I loved it, man. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it too. I love this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, dude, I love this movie.
You've seen it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. The commercials and everything. I'm huge into if you can make me feel like it's the 80s again. That nostalgia vibe makes me so happy.
And if you're tired of it, screw you.
Yeah, fuck you. Get off our channel. But don't.
No,
keep subscribing.
Please tell your friends.
But I loved it, and it hit at just the right time for me the first time I watched it. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 8 as well. I love this movie. It's so much fun. Like you said, if you can find someone who doesn't know about this, tell them it's a real broadcast that you just happen to find a copy of and watch their reaction because it will fuck them up.
It'll make it fun, believe me. Absolutely.
I wish I could go watch this for the first time not knowing about it.
Right. All right. So thanks for watching again. This is Halloween time now. So if you like what we're doing, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment below if you've seen this. Let us know what you thought about it. Tell your friends about us. If you haven't, just do it at this point. Damn it. Yeah. You can follow us on Facebook.com/Stoopid Movies, over on Instagram @Stoopid Movies. At the Sure at the Horror Punk. You can also email us at stupidmovies@outlook.com. And, you know, continue to watch us because we're going to do more Halloween stuff.
Hell yeah.
And
we're just getting into it.
That's right.
Dude, do you remember back in the 80s, you would go to the Spice Channel and it was all scrambled and you kind of crossed your eyes and you was like, I think I see a boob. I think I see a boob.
Oh, yeah.
Send Rob pictures of I think I see a boob screenshots. He's starting a collection.
Talk about nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Throw a penis in there too.
Ah, no, damn it.